It's because my teeth are too long for my mouth. Have you ever noticed that? That's why I got like
Your
a horse
teeth
mouth.
are too long for your mouth.
My teeth are too long, so that's why I slur on my S's. My teeth, my top teeth, I've got my grandma's teeth. No, not literally. My grandma has really long teeth. I have my grandma's long teeth, but like, because I've got an underbite, everything really, I struggle. I honestly think you'll cut this, but if you don't, I hope everyone enjoys.
Hello and welcome to the Sesame Podcast with Kat and Tip.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great in this disastrous heat. How are you doing?
Disastrous heat.
I don't know what other word I'd use to describe it.
Hot.
Hot heat. Well, that's in the
Yeah.
word.
It's a I can't think there's a word for it. I don't know.
It's hot.
It's hot. It's very warm. We've again ended up.
It's not the
recording
hottest
on...
day. Tomorrow's the hottest day.
Well, I shall enjoy that when I am at work.
Me too.
So, have we got any news?
I haven't asked you how you are.
No, you haven't. It was very rude. Started talking about the hot heat.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Yeah,
Good.
Not too bad. Not too shabby.
Good.
What
have we got today?
Well, I was going to say, have we had any news?
Oh.
Is there anything going on?
No. What I have found, not fascinating, that's the wrong word, but just, and not amusing, because that's the wrong word as well, but just watching, so Shooty had his, I think it was like a radio interview or something, and like confirmed that he's not Doctor Who anymore.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people be like, oh my god, he's not Doctor Who anymore. And it's like, yeah, we know this. And it's like, and I've seen people be like, I was really hopeful that this was just like a thing and that he'll come back and it would just be like a specials thing and then we get more of him. And since he like left, I've been like, no, he's left.
I mean,
he's gone.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. I think like prior to this era, the idea of that would be like, no, that's ridiculous. But then I think I'd kind of put that, like I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Because
I think
like if he were willing to come back, obviously, because we don't really know what's gone on.
No, behind the scenes, yeah.
But like if he wanted to come back and they wanted to have him back, I don't think that's completely out of the question.
I feel like if that was the case, I don't think they'd have had Billy. They'd just do an open regen,
I think the thing with the open regen is it's much easier to kill the show. Like obviously they were hoping that Disney were gonna go, yeah, go on, we'll greenlight a third season.
Yeah.
Which looks increasingly like it's not the case.
No, we're not. We haven't processed that yet.
But it'll come back in some form.
Yeah.
However, I think if they did an open regen, Disney could quite easily go,
the end.
Oh well, that's the end then.
Yeah.
Like, we've not left it on a. I mean, I guess it's kind of a cliffhanger, but like, that could just as easily be, oh, the show can die for 10 years and then come back with another reboot. Like,
no.
It is funny that people see him regenerate and have gone, oh, but it'll probably be that though. Like,
as soon as I saw him regenerate, I was like, oh, we're not seeing him again.
But then, yeah, as I say, it wouldn't be. I don't think it's totally out of the question because like that feels like quite a left field move, but so does having Billy Piper show up. So does having David Tennant as a new Doctor. Like, I think I don't want to say gimmicks, but like interesting creative choices that I think, depending on where you fall on the spectrum, some might, if you're more cynical, might say that it's nostalgia, cash grab, like the creatively bankrupt thing.
Don't wind me up before we're about to start.
And on the other end of the spectrum is people saying, well, they're doing something new, like we've never had a Doctor return before.
Yeah.
And we've never had him regenerate into someone that that was a companion, and
Hmm.
yeah, I don't think it's going back though.
I don't think it's
No.
coming back on there.
Any other news?
No.
No. Any personal news you want to share?
No.
No.
What personal news could I have that's interesting enough for these lovely people to be interested
Very good
in?
point. So today we're today, what are we talking about?
My favourite episode.
Yes, that's right. We are talking about.
The woman who fell to earth.
And why are we talking about the Woman Who Fell to Earth?
Because we have a 13 and Yaz audio stories, adventures.
The
on
13th
Big
Doctor
Finish,
Adventures
yeah.
from Big Finish.
So
The
it
first
seems-
episode dropped a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think by the time this goes out.
Yeah.
So I've not heard it.
No, neither have I.
I know there was a lot of controversy over
The piracy stuff.
the piracy stuff, but also the producer maybe being Zionist.
Right.
So I know there was a lot of
there's-
talk about that.
Is that where the piracy stuff came from?
I think a lot. Yeah, I think a lot of people were like, "Well, I'm not going to support this,
so I'll pirate it.
so I'll
instead.
pirate it."
Yeah.
And I think maybe they went, "No, don't do that, please."
Yeah.
Um,
because didn't they put up out a post or something?
Yeah, they put
I
something
I
out.
haven't followed it.
Yeah, I've only seen dribs and drabs because I try and avoid Twitter, to be honest. Just because it's either it's depressing on the Doctor Who Twitter side. It's even more depressing on the real world side.
I could not interact with the real world on Twitter.
No,
I don't do that.
No,
I'm too scared.
stay in your little Doctor Who bubble.
Yeah, I'm fine in my little bubble. Thank you.
So yeah, with that release, and you know, we got more 13th Doctor
Antics?
stories.
Mhm.
We thought we'd take a look back at where it all began
Oh yeah.
on that October evening in 2018. Where were you when you first watched this episode?
I was sat in my ex-boyfriend's living room.
In your ex-boyfriend's living room? I presume boyfriend at the time. You hadn't just broken in after your breakup.
They had a good TV. No, my boyfriend at the time. I sat the whole family down, and we watched The Woman Who Fell to Earth. I remember I sat on the right hand side of the sofa, so I was like directly in front of the TV, and I was like, I'm so ready for this. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And then I watched it, and his parents were like, so, and I was like, I think I need a minute. I just think I need a minute, please.
Well, this was the first story I watched. It was on in my freshers week when I started uni.
Same.
I watched it. Well, it would have been a Sunday evening.
Oh my god, yeah, it was Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had my roast dinner beforehand.
There you go.
It was very good.
And you said you had no interest in personal information to add to this. Yeah, this was the first one. I remember watching it. Watched it on my laptop in my room in my halls, and questioned a lot of things.
Wait, no, I think it was my second year at uni.
Yeah, you're older than me.
Yeah, but I took a gap year.
So did I.
Yep, second year at uni.
Yeah, so it was an interesting time.
Oh, do you know the one I do remember watching? Like, and I can remember watching it. The Ghost Monument. I remember like sitting down and being like, right, okay, we're gonna give this another go, and watching it and being like, are you kidding me? I remember that specifically.
Well, because I think you do kind of do this as a Doctor Who fan. You kind of think like, at this point in my life, Matt Smith was the Doctor, Jodie Whittaker was the Doctor. Like it's odd to think that like all of my time at uni,
Yeah.
it was Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah.
My last year of primary school, Matt Smith had started. Like I don't know. It's odd to sort of think
like
of some of those
moments
things.
of your life, like as you age. Yeah.
But yeah. Well, should we get stuck in?
Yeah.
overall, without giving too many sort of spoilers,
Yeah.
if you could sum up your feelings towards this episode in 3 words.
Oh, I was expecting 3 sentences.
No. 3 words, and then we'll get into it. How would you describe your feelings towards this?
It's definitely watchable.
I'll put that on the poster.
No, because I have really good... the things I love about it, I love hard. And the things I don't like about it, I feel strongly about.
Yeah. I would say that of the
era, it's good.
This is probably...
It's up there.
In the top...
It's watchable, it's up there.
Yeah. I think mine would be hoped for more.
Yeah. I can only say that about one thing that we'll get into.
Okay.
It's a pretty big... And this is the thing, with my comments, they're pretty big things, like, in the scheme of it. I don't have, like, little nitpicks. They're, like, specific sections. Like,
Well, we'll dive in.
Yeah.
We'll dive in. We've both made notes on this one.
Yeah.
Which I don't usually do.
No.
But I feel like I actually had a fair bit to say.
I've got 8 pages.
I mean, I've not got 8 pages. But,
yeah.
So we'll go through the story chronologically, and then we'll just sort of branch off into...
I was going to say, mine's kind of like sections, so depending on where we're at, I'll probably end up saying big things.
Yeah, that's fine. So we open with a black screen and some narration coming from Tosin Cole. Yes. Kat's got her hand up, by the way, like to ask a question in class.
Because I don't want to interrupt you.
You at the back?
What I do have to say is a lot of my grievances as well is not necessarily just about this episode. It's about what we had next as well.
Yeah, I think.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of my issues with
this
the
is
era
not carrying
as a whole
things forward.
Here.
You're here. Yeah. Cool. Because my first one is about this specific scene.
Go on.
It really annoys me because I really like it and wish we had more of it moving forward.
What?
So,
the YouTube stuff?
The YouTube stuff. Because it kind of sets up Ryan as, like, he's trying to, like, get on the whole, like, YouTube thing. Like, he's got 19 views. Like, I would like to see, like, that become a bit more of his personality and him wanting to do, like, more kind of things like this moving forward. Because I think it's a really nice opening and bookending of the episode. And then we just kind of forget about it.
Yeah, I think it could be. I just don't believe that this character would take to being a YouTuber.
I do.
For me, like the way he's played after this, and even during this episode.
But we're not talking about that. Okay, when I say that, I'm not talking about moving forward. I believe that in this episode, that this character would take to doing that. If his character was consistent, then that's why I wish we had more. Because if he had a consistent character, I would like to see him do more of this kind of thing moving forward, because that would deepen and ground his character a bit more and actually give him something.
I don't believe that even from this episode that he's the kind of person that would. I think my interpretation of his the kind of person that he is is that he would point and laugh at people that did vlogs on the internet. I think he's like...
I don't get that vibe
Ryan's
from him, though.
My whole thing with Ryan is like... And I don't know how much of it is how he's written, or the performance, or just Tosin Cole, maybe himself.
Yeah.
I just get the impression that he doesn't really care or want to be there.
Oh, no. I can fully 100% back the... I don't think he wants to be there.
No.
He acts like he doesn't want to be there.
Like, there's no... And I think if you took that character, I think on paper, like a sort of 19-year-old that's trying to figure out what they want to do in life. I mean, Rose.
Yeah.
A 19-year-old that's trying to figure out what they want to do in life, has had like some family tragedies,
Yeah.
and is also like the whole dyspraxia thing is trying to sort
Mhm.
of find their feet in the world, um, and maybe part of how they do that is through like vlogging, and they like sort of recording.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like an amateur filmmaker or like something like that,
Yeah.
and maybe you then could carry that, or photographer, or um, like he likes to keep little logs of
Hmm.
what he's been up to,
Well, that's
like a kind of
yeah.
form of journaling or whatever. It'd be nice if he were doing that through the series.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point I was trying to make.
But I just don't believe that if that's what they wanted to do, Tosin Cole's not doing that. And obviously, it's
yeah,
not
but
on
it's
the
not
script.
written either.
It's not on the script for future. Like, it goes by the wayside.
Yeah.
That's
what I mean. I think if it was nuggeted in to the episodes moving forward, I think we only ever get one more bit of him doing.
Did you just say nuggeted in?
Yeah, like nuggeted. What?
I don't think is
Nuggeted.
Is nugget a verb?
Yeah.
To nugget. Oh, I know what you mean. Like peppered in. Like,
nuggeted in. I just think of a little Pokemon with a little, and they just nugget it in.
Sure. Sorry, you were saying.
Thank you. Comment below if you know what I meant. Oh, you've lost me now.
If they sort of peppered
it
through
in,
the,
peppered, nuggeted,
no,
whatever you want.
In, yeah.
If they put it in to the, I can't remember what my actual point was. Thanks.
Sorry.
No. I've actually forgotten, so we're moving on now. I forgot.
So, yeah, we have the little vlog opening.
Yeah.
And then we join him, his nan Grace, and of course
you're doing it, Ryan.
The absolute MVP of this era.
Yeah, 100%. Graham.
Mr. Bradley Walsh. He's great, and we'll get into that as we go. I will my first note here. I generally try not to be just outwardly like harsh or blunt, and say things that have like a bit of a mean edge.
You're about to say something with a mean edge. Go on.
My first note here, I've just read this, is Ryan is really boring and his accent is rubbish. Yeah, I really struggle with. I mean, characterization in this whole era is a big sticking point for me.
Yeah, same.
There is some. I'm not going to be like hyperbolic about it and be like, there's no characterization.
No,
there obviously
are some
is.
really good beats,
and there's some kind of progression and arc for some characters.
Yeah.
Some more than others.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't feel like I know who Ryan is.
See, and this is where we're gonna disagree, because I think he's the one with the most character. Not performed, because there are quite a lot of Ryan's moments where I just don't think it's acted very well, or there's not enough in the script for him to ever really do anything. But I think the actual character itself and scenarios he's put into, and all of the human character work, like stuff with Grace, stuff with Graham, stuff with his dad, is really good. And there are moments where I get drawn in episodes. Like, my first note is the issue I have are we've got some really nice character setups in this episode, especially in the beginning for Yaz and Ryan, but they're just so underdeveloped and so misused, and then just not used again, that it's a real big shame for what we could have had. And that's my biggest issue, is we could have had a lot that would have been really interesting and would have made episodes and like character progression and storylines really like something you can sink your teeth into and you can get through the episode type of thing, and we just don't get that really.
Yeah, I think it's...
But I think Ryan and Graham have the most.
Yeah, I think Graham has the most character.
Performance.
Purely from Bradley Walsh.
Yeah.
I think Ryan on paper has the most
character,
to do. But even then it's like, it feels very sort of surface level for
That's
me.
another issue I've got with this series / episode is everything is character-wise is very surface level when and it's more with Yaz that I'll talk about this, but I do agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because this series was sort of marketed as there weren't going to be any like series arcs, you know, we weren't going to have any kind of bad wolf or the cracks in time or anything like that. It was going to be like character focused.
Right.
Which I'm all for.
I'm fine with that.
Like,
but we didn't get that.
Yeah. And I think I can almost see the seeds of what could
this
be
is
like
the thing.
the
Yeah,
groundwork
the
to
setups
have that.
were there, and I enjoyed it.
But it just doesn't. They become all very cookie cutter. Just
it's
characters going, oh, that he's gonna blow up the ship. Oh, that's bad, isn't it, Doctor?
I literally, because after I watched the episode, wrote all my notes, I downloaded the script and then highlighted dialogue so that I could see how much of it was character driven, how much of it was character question, and how much it was exposition.
Right.
And I lost interest, like just in the beginning of the third act, because it was just so many questions.
Yeah.
So many questions, and just to get this narrative along, not questioning for any kind of character purpose and any kind of like, I'm in danger, I'm actually a bit scared, I've got a DNA bomb in me, anything like that. The only one who really does that is Graham. Everyone else is just like, but I thought you had a plan, so what's your plan?
Yeah. And it's like, you can do exposition, but root that in character through the dialogue.
But that doesn't happen.
Because I've got a note about that exact scene. Characters are told they have DNA bombs inside them. Only 2 react.
Yeah.
1 to ask how.
Yeah.
1 to calmly ask if they're going to go off.
Yeah.
Ryan reacts more to having his phone wiped than being told there's an alien weapon ready to detonate inside his body. Like,
yes.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
If you think back at other companions' reactions to less significant things, which are very big, having a DNA bomb in you, you'd freak out.
Yeah.
You wouldn't calmly go, how?
Like, think of... I'm trying to think of an equivalent. Think of Donna when she finds out about the Huon particles in The Runaway Bride.
Yeah.
And they have that whole thing where she's like, oh my god, like... and he says that they're deadly, and she has like a bit of a...
And she starts crying.
Yeah, like, yeah, sure, that's kind of plot, like, stuff.
Yeah,
but it's rooted in a natural thing for that character to be...
Yeah.
Like...
How her reaction would be.
Yeah.
Or how you would react if you had this going on. And
there's very little of that.
Yeah.
And then there's also, on the other side of that, there are things that, like, try to be character driven sort of bits of dialogue that feel almost like they're trying to, like, it almost does the opposite to, like, what they're trying to set this character up as.
Yeah.
So, like, and it actually made me laugh because I was like, this is so bizarre as a piece of dialogue or just a moment.
Yeah.
When Ryan says that he touched the light that becomes the permission for the Stenza to hunt on Earth. And just out of nowhere, Graham goes, oh, I suppose you'll blame that on the dyspraxia as well.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, and when Graham goes, you can't, what was it? You can't ride a bike, but you can do whatever. And it's like,
you can summon an alien.
Yeah, and it's like, calm down, Graham.
It's like, whoa.
Where did that come from?
You just get Grace going, Graham,
yeah.
And then there's a little bit later on where Yaz is like, oh, we didn't mean it. But Graham's never characterised like that again.
No.
And I think, sure, you could say, like, oh, he's never been in this kind of state of peril.
Yeah,
he's
but it wasn't delivered in a way where he's in that moment of panic and shock, and you can see him being so overwhelmed and so panicky that he's like, oh, right, yeah, well, you can't ride a bike, but you can summon it. It's not. Yeah. It's just mean.
Yeah.
And, like, out of pocket.
And literally everything else Graham does
is not
for Ryan is, like, he has genuine, like,
care
love and care and sense of responsibility and wants to become that, like...
granddad. And he literally has a conversation with Grace, like, it's been 3 years now, is he ever going to call me granddad? And Grace is like, we'll get there, it's all right.
Yeah, also very forced exposition. We've been married for 3 years, haven't we? It's like, oh, come on, man. Find a less clunky way to, like, Christ.
I actually do really like that scene though.
Yeah, I think,
But I think I like it more because Grace is so well done.
again, I think that's down to Sharon D. Clark.
Yeah.
I think the best bits of this are Sharon D. Clark
Yeah.
and Bradley Walsh.
Yeah.
They have really nice, like,
They
really
do
good chemistry.
Yeah.
I think they're genuinely, like, two really good actors.
Yeah.
And they elevate the material.
Yeah.
There are points where I see real characters in Yaz and Ryan, but for a lot of it, I'm just seeing some actors read some little bit.
I can tell you where we
dodgy
can.
Dialogue.
I can tell you where we completely lose them, but when we get onto Yaz, I'll jump on that point.
Well, we'll carry on through the scripts.
Yeah, because we've only got to the bike.
Yes, so Ryan, failing to be able to ride his bike, gets pissed off and throws it off a cliff.
Yeah. Which is fair.
Yeah, you know.
Fully justified. And that's where my first note of, like, negativity was, like, the issue I have is that we've got some nice character setups, because I really liked that bit.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really nice.
And also, it looks like... this was, like, probably the biggest sort of stylistic change for the show since the reboot, really.
That's my biggest positive of the whole episode is its visuals and how it looked.
It looks really good.
It
genuinely,
looks
the only I know, like the anamorphic lenses that they made, like, quite a big thing of, that they were going to be using those for the first time.
For those listening who doesn't know what they are, would you like to care to explain?
It gives it that more cinematic. I'm not going to pretend to know the mechanics of it, but it's what gives it that more sort of cinematic look.
Right.
When you compare a shot from Capaldi era to
that,
like, even just that opening shot on the hill, like that big wide shot, immediately you go, okay, like, and it feels a bit more big budget, and that's not a slight on the Capaldi era and how that looked or any of that, because I love it, I think especially in Capaldi's run, when you get directors like Rachel Talalay, who are, like, working with the cinematography and, like, really kind of pushing it in a sort of stylistic direction. Whereas I think for the most part, sort of Russell's era is quite functional. And
I like that as well.
Yeah,
it's nice to see the different. That as a criticism.
And obviously, like, some of that comes down to budget and just what they thought they could do, but I think they do get a bit more arty, particularly when Capaldi's in the role. But with this, the only thing I don't like direction-wise, and it's not too bad in this episode, but it definitely rears its head through the era, is those, like, up-the-nose close-ups that they use. It just feels really odd, like, but it's also strange that, like, a lot of different directors through the era use those. Like, it's not just one director. So I wonder if that was, like, kind of pushed for. Like, I don't know. It feels an odd thing for.
Bit intimate, isn't it? Well, it's drama. It's more drama.
I think it's like, look at this acting that's going up. Well, I can see like 2/3 of a cheek. Like, I can't. But, you know, pull back a little bit. Have a close up, but use it for a reason, and, you know, but generally, I think it does look really nice. And it's also quite nice to see, like, a different part of the UK. You know, I know we'd kind of dipped our toe in the Moffat era to not just doing London all the time.
Well, what a dump.
But yeah, like, to get Sheffield, like another big city in the UK, and kind of put that on the map a little bit.
Doctor Who put Sheffield on the map.
We put Cardiff on the map, really.
I mean, yeah. I will live in Cardiff one day. The dream.
But yeah, it's quite nice, and I think it's shot like really nicely.
My biggest praise for this episode is how beautiful every scene looks,
Mhm.
regardless of where they're filming. Where that
Yeah.
that first shot with the I'm gonna call it alien onion.
The like Stenza
Stenza like
pod.
pod thing, yeah.
It is an onion.
The alien onion in with all the smoke coming off it, where the lighting comes down and walking in the forest.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous. My second best moment is, which I'm going to call the scribble on the tray. I do have all the names written down, but I can't be bothered.
I was going to say, you went through and
it.
highlighted the script, and you're like, the scribble.
The alien onion. Like, when it's making its way through the train. All of that train stuff is
I was going to say, I've got a note here that's like, that whole train sequence is shot it's so like atmospheric.
Yeah.
And it feels like
it's a horror episode.
Yeah, and it had that kind of tinge of oh, this is Doctor Who.
Well, this is okay. I'm gonna go on to my biggest point for the whole episode now, just because we're on that topic. The really, really annoying and yet beautiful thing, beautiful in the visuals and the concepts, and annoying because the acting and performance and writing conflicts that at points quite a bit more performance-wise, is the concept is so dark and is such a horrific episode, especially based in like October, where you've got that how it looks is beautiful and it is bang on the money of what the concept is supposed to be. The alien, like Tim Shaw being so like ruthless, all of the weaponry, all of like what he set up to be as a character and how he performs and what he does and the consequences and what he represents, all of that is bang on the money as well. And I think it's so good and I really, really love it as a concept. And like visually the execution was perfect, but the execution elsewhere, which is the biggest part, which is the performances and half of the writing, doesn't meet that standard, and that's what's really annoying. Like when I think I got to like warehousey bit, like that kind of point in the episode, and I was like, this feels like a Torchwood episode but with like Sarah Jane Adventure writing. Like, I can because of how like quirky and like kiddie Jodie is, and how like kind of I'm not saying that like Sarah Jane Adventures, but it was like marketed for children.
Yeah, it's a CBBC show.
Yeah, and I think all the performances in Sarah Jane Adventures is way better than this. So don't even come at me with that. That's not what I mean. But like having like a kind of like CBBC doctor.
Yeah. Like
really Springer Spaniel. And then, like, kind of, like, bland, like, companions that only kind of, like, push exposition, kind of try and push the story along, but, yeah, like, which feels quite like a kids' TV show. Like, it felt like all the performances and writing was, like, for a CBBC version of Doctor Who, but the visuals and the concept of the episode was, like, Torchwood, like, top-end horror. I was eating it. So it was really annoying having that conflict.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's an odd mix.
Like the actual alien himself, all of like him like cheating his way to the top, him having to choose to like find and hunt and kill and take him from his conquest and wearing that, and all of the brutal murders that come with it. Like all the stuff, even with Carl, saying like I am special, like I am wanted and stuff, and what that means in the concept of the episode as well, for him being hunted down by Tim Shaw. Like all of that is just like so dark, and like I was eating it. I was like, I loved all of that. I loved the ruthlessness of the DNA bombs and how he like Tim Shaw doesn't care and he's loves all of this. I loved all that. I thought it was really, really good, and it was like a Doctor Who episode. Like that's what I want, but everything else didn't meet that.
I don't think I find it as dark as you do.
Do you not?
No, I think there's elements like I agree. Like there are a few things that sort of set him up as like quite a ruthless villain.
But it's got the mystery horror.
Yeah,
So,
it's got that Doctor Who flavour.
Yeah.
That yeah, I'm watching Doctor Who on a dark night.
October evening. Yeah.
And there's definitely some good stuff in there, but I think also there's an element of not goofiness, but like not quite as like.
But that's what conflicts it, because I put in my notes as well. Some of the line deliveries that Jodie does, it feels like she's trying to play quirky, kind of like goofy Doctor, which is fine, and it felt kind of like what Matt Smith's Doctor would be, right? Not to compare Doctors, but if just for the sake of this.
Yeah.
But also Matt does the darkness, and some of the moments where she needed to play that undercut of darkness where he's serious, she doesn't. She plays with the goof. And the where you can try and have like a dark comedic relief there, it doesn't work because it's too like, oh, I'm quirky.
Yeah.
And it doesn't land. There's a lot of moments where if it was just played a bit differently, it would have landed the way I think they wanted it to. And I don't, because like it's really different as well reading the script and watching it, because a lot of when I was reading the script I was like, oh, okay, I know how that could have landed. I know how that could have been performed this way for that to work out what I think it was intended to be on paper.
Let's talk about the Doctor.
Okay.
So I'm always
it's not my comment there isn't always Jodie. It's Yaz and Ryan and Graham and Grace as well.
Yeah.
It's not just a Jodie thing. It's a full cast thing.
Yeah, and I think I'm always a little bit hesitant to talk about the 13th Doctor because I'm in that middle sort of wedge of not being a bigot.
Yes.
But also not really liking her character.
Yeah.
Which is obviously script and performance. It just doesn't gel for me. And there are glimmers of things that I do like.
Yeah.
But on the whole, I remember finishing that episode when it came out and being like, I can't think of a time where I've been like less convinced by a lead actor's performance, which was really, really depressing because I was properly rooting for her. And I don't think by any stretch that Jodie Whittaker is a bad actress.
No.
I've seen like a decent number of other things she's been in.
Yeah.
And she's always been great.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think that she was miscast.
No.
Or anything like that. No. Because she can do it. I think she maybe just didn't get the direction that she needed, and I don't mean that as in the directors that worked on the, but like she maybe was going for something a little bit more. Oh, I know what this is. It's a kids show.
Yeah.
And I've seen David and Matt do a bit of like kookiness.
But she had. I swear I remember seeing an interview before where she said when she went into it, she hadn't seen any Doctor Who before.
Yeah, but I imagine she'd have seen some clips of like, and like having worked with David and
Broadchurch and stuff. And because this is the thing, I love Broadchurch. That's the only reference point I had for her. So when I saw her cast, I was like, oh, I liked her in Broadchurch. So I'm excited for this. And
I think because I know that Chris Chibnall said, oh, a lot of the Doctor's character's not on the page. Like it's just what Jodie brings to it.
Yeah.
And I didn't put it on the page just to see what she would bring to it. And it's like, yeah, you can do that where an actor will bring stuff to the role, but also write a character.
Yeah, give her something to play with.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's why, especially in this first season, she's very much that.
Very over-animated.
Oh, I'm quirky. I'm an alien. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And to be fair, some of that stuff works.
Some of it's really funny. Like I've written things where like she's made me laugh, and there's moments that she's when. Do you know what? No. Do you know what? I wrote this down. Jodie is better. Like, her performance is better when she's doing something. If she's not just standing there and delivering exposition or like just talking to a character because of whatever reason,
if she's physically doing
something else, and she's like concentrating on that, and she's delivering and she's performing and she's in that moment, and then she comes and brings it out to them and all of that, kind of like not stagey, but if she's doing something and she's got time to kind of like act and think and do all this, they're the moments that I'm like, oh, I love that. No, this is really good. Especially in this episode. But then if she's got to do like other things like running around and she's just kind of delivering some dialogue to like Ryan and Yaz, or face to face with Timoshar, and she knows she's got like a jokey line, it's over animated.
Yeah, it's a very sort of expressive performance.
Yeah.
I don't even think she's bad. No,
she's not. Like, she's not my favourite Doctor, like, just because I don't gel with the Chibnall era anyway.
That's what it is.
So, like, it's not her as an actor,
it's
or
like
her character. It's like multiple things that make me just not gel with it. Like, I can sit and watch it, and I'll happily sit and do, like, a rewatch and stuff, but, like, it's not, if I sit down of an evening, I don't think to put on, like, something from the Chibnall era.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not necessarily her performance. I think, yeah, maybe with a bit more direction. Like I don't hate her Doctor. Like,
no,
this isn't like a 13 bash.
I think she's just going for. I think they're going for something different.
Yeah.
Or going for something that I don't really connect with.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, like, I kind of feel the same sometimes about like early Sylvester McCoy stuff, where he's a little bit like...
You take that back.
Like, the season 24, like, where he's more of the chaplain, like, sort of, you know, clown character.
Yeah.
That's not really for me as much.
Yeah.
When we get into the sort of darker Machiavellian side, I'm like, yeah, okay.
I'm here for it.
And that's not to say that, like, I don't like my Doctor to be silly. Like... Yeah.
But there's things that Matt Smith do as well where I'm like, okay, you're being a bit too silly now. And I've said this about Matt's Doctor before multiple times. I prefer his Series 5 because after Series 5 he gets too caricatured for me.
Yeah.
He gets it back in like his darker moments and like the darker episodes and the more serious stuff like that. But I feel like he is written as more of a caricature of the Doctor than Matt Smith's 11th Doctor. And I just find that within Moffat's writing. So it's not just strictly a 13th Doctor. I think it's just she maybe didn't get a chance to ground her Doctor before it became that way. It just was that way. Yeah,
I think that's what it is. Yeah. There's a decent chunk of that her first scene.
Yeah.
That I quite like. Like there's some nice lines, and like her just dropping through the train.
Yeah.
I think is great.
Yeah.
And then sort of standing up and be like, oh. And then immediately, like, just jumping straight into action.
Yeah.
Tell you what I do hate, the needle drop of the theme tune. I hate it. I think it's so cheesy.
Yeah.
I really, really hate it.
It's just a good setup for the era.
that she just stands up and you go,
yeah.
And then they do it again in The Timeless Children, when she's like breaking out of the Matrix, and she's like, have a blast of this. And then it's just like flashes of old episodes with the theme tune going.
Is it?
It's I hate it.
I haven't seen that in like since broadcast, so I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
I'll add it to the schedule.
No, please.
But I've got here like some of my favourite lines from her through the episode, where Yaz says, "You don't know your own name," and she goes, "Of course I know it. I just can't remember it."
Yeah.
Like that's such a Doctor line,
yeah.
And she delivers it really well. Like
one of my other like favourite lines that she delivers, which I replayed and I laugh even now, is when Ryan's like, "Oh, my stuff's on there," and she's like, "Not anymore." I love all that.
I also really like her like asking if they can have the sirens on in the police car.
Yeah, and Yaz is like, "No." She's like,
yeah, like
it's great.
That's what I mean. It's not like overly.
No.
It feels like it's not trying too hard, which is a lot of some of those sort of quirkier moments, I feel, is like,
Yeah. Like,
it
I
feels
don't like
like
all
a
that.
lol, I'm so random. Like,
Well, this is like, I wrote down, like, there are moments that land, like what we've just discussed there, but then there's others that I didn't like her. It was funny the first time, like what you said with what she said with Yaz, when it's like, no, of course an M&M, I just forgot it.
yeah,
But then there are another moments where she's like, and then she's like, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue, or whatever.
I hate the tongue thing.
Yeah,
Smart boy, biology.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Are you a doctor? And it's like, we could need a doctor right now or something. And I was just like, where in any of that does that link? Like, that's so forced.
Yeah. And that's the script. That's a really clunky line.
Well, yeah. No, I'm not saying it's their performance.
No, that's yeah.
It's the script.
Like, yeah, really, really clunky line, and I think that's difficult to deliver.
I also have another thing which is brilliant, which is 100% a dialogue thing, where I've put in quotations, "You lot love to chat," and it's so funny because they're at that moment they're only used to deliver questions.
Yeah, and she's not shut
and
up.
And she has not shut up. Yaz has literally been stood there and she hasn't spoken in genuinely about 7 minutes at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, you all love to chat. They haven't spoken a word, by the way.
And I feel like if that's played as a joke of like...
Oh, well, you guys are a bit quiet.
Yeah, or like even if she's blissfully unaware and she's like, oh, you lot are like humans, you chat like talk about, and they're all like...
We haven't said a word.
Yeah. But it's not.
No.
It just feels like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just odd. There's loads of those like odd moments. What else have I? Let's consult my notes. I've just got, there's so much unnatural exposition in this.
Yeah.
The thing that stood out to me was when they're walking towards the pod, and like they explain that Ryan was down here because he threw his bike off.
Mm.
And then Grace is like, oh, he's trying to learn to ride a bike. He's got dyspraxia. It's a coordination condition.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Bullet points.
Yeah,
on a PowerPoint presentation.
Just so you know, guys.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so, like...
clunky.
Yeah. I've also got, like, the whole thing with... So when... We should talk plot. So, yeah, Ryan chucks his bike off.
We're still there.
Yeah, chucks his bike off. He finds an alien onion, calls the police.
Okay, this is my second biggest thing.
Go on.
It's so annoying because we get two really good moments from Yaz. Two or three, like, specifically for her character.
Mm.
And my conflict here is what we should have had versus what we get with Yaz.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one who loses her character so quickly this episode.
Yeah.
Because we see her resolving conflict at the beginning and just been like, you do this. She's commanding the scene. She's taking control. Perfect. She's done her job, yeah? Then we get her scene with her commanding officer or whatever, and she's like, I want to do more. I just want more, please. And he's like, you're on probation. You can't do more. And she's like, oh, but I really want it. So we get that inner turmoil of she wants to do more. Yeah. She's really, like, she's on probation. She's new at her job. She's kind of that enthused and, like, ready to get her teeth into and put her training to work and all of that.
It's maybe not the most subtle way of communicating it by having your character literally say, I want more.
No, but I'm just saying, for what we get, for what Juvenil's trying to set up, like, okay, I'm fine with that, thank you, right? Then there's another point where she goes, I'm in charge here, and then starts saying procedure at the doctor, which is 100% what you'd expect from Yaz at this point in her timeline and in the episode. And this is really good, especially in kind of this moment, and then how she could have grown throughout the series is so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that we had some real good drama conflict between 13 and Yaz, where she's got protocol and morals and all of her side from what she's been drilled for all of her training, and then how loose especially the 13th Doctor is with her morals and what she does, because she does things and sacrifices people a lot easier than other doctors.
Yeah.
and of ease without kind of the repercussions of it. And I'd have loved to have some sort of conflict between that. And then maybe her rubbing off on 13 rubbing off on Yaz and saying, listen, it's not all by the book. There's grey areas. Also, we're dealing with aliens and like different planets and civilizations. Things are wrong. Just imagine Yaz going up as a human police officer going up against a Jadoon, but like shadow proclamation, we are like alien police, and having some sort of conflict there. Do you know what I mean? Like further on, like
well, that's the only example I can think of where her being other than there's the line in Rosa, where her and Ryan are sat outside the motel and they're talking
nice
about
scene.
Yeah, even if it is a bit weird, where he's talking about like, oh, why is it I always get stopped by the police more than my mates? And she's like, not me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Calm down. And the only other example I can think of where her being a policewoman like is relevant is Fugitive of the Jadoon, where she goes and buys them time by sort of doing a bit of her protocol and, you know.
But could you imagine if we had that development from the first episode moving forward and how different that could have looked? And
I've got a note here that says this is the most capable and assertive Yaz is in the whole series.
And do you know what's even more annoying is when we start to, is it series 12, where we start to get a bit more of their character, and Yaz has her whole backstory of her like running away. Is it Can You Hear Me? Is it that one?
Yeah.
Seeing how that affected and made her become someone who wanted to work in the police, and what that meant to her, and that kind of whole backstory makes it even more annoying now, because she wouldn't give that up halfway through the episode.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
and it's also odd that like, yeah, I get that her whole thing is like, I want more, I want to be, you know.
Yeah.
But she seems to like live and breathe that job.
Yeah.
And then very easily just sort of gives it up, and it's never really brought up again.
No.
Like, I know you get it in Spyfall at the start, she's like back, and I think she's like registering for like, she's going on sabbatical again.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, ha ha ha. But it's like, this job was your life. And I get that if you're like,
I found something
where I can go and right the wrongs of the universe.
Yeah, but she also
she never really does that.
But she doesn't, because she wants more, and she doesn't like where her position is right now, because she wants to go out and do that. And now she has the opportunity where she doesn't have someone that's correcting her, and she could have that, which is the 13th Doctor, and there could be some tension there, which would be really good character conflict. But again, something that's missed again. Like, the opportunities that we could have had is so like rich, and we just don't get it. And that's Yaz's character's the one thing that really like grinds me.
She's the weakest link.
Yeah. And do you know what else is interesting? I always said that I think that the main kind of like will they won't they love story was going to be between Ryan and Yaz.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I found that in the script, and I was like, knew it. There's literally a section of like, you know, when they look up at each other, and it literally says in there like about them looking in, and what does it mean? There's like an atmosphere type of thing.
Yeah. So, I 100% believe that. Yeah. Because it kind of alludes to that. No, just because
I've said that before, and people have come back at me and have said, no, because 13 and Yaz and like I don't see that at all. I don't read that between them at all. And I'm like, yeah, that's performance, but like written in the script. Like, you can even see it like in the undertones of like how they communicate and some things that they do performance wise. But I've always thought, yeah, it was supposed to be Yaz and Ryan ended up together.
Because it's kind of like that first scene that they have where they go, oh, we went to primary school together and all of this. Like, that's an odd scene. Because, like, they kind of talk like, oh, yeah, I kind of remember you from school.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how you been? They're clearly very different kind of people.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I put that down. Two companions who grew up together, two very different characters. This is nice.
Yeah, and I like that they've obviously gone on two very different paths.
Yeah.
But then Grace knows her by name later on.
And they have that little chat, don't they?
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, hi, how you doing?"
Yeah.
So it's like, how well did you know each other then?
Yeah.
Because it's like, this would imply that you were mates.
No, but...
Or like...
Yeah.
That you were at least
because
sort
like
of...
she works in the A&E department, so A&E and police don't really like, not for them
No.
to be like, oh hi Ryan's nan.
Yeah, and she's like, because she's like, oh, little Yasmin Khan,
yeah.
like, so it's like she's remembering her from when she... Aren't you done well for yourself?
Yeah.
And, like, she's remembering her from when she was a kid.
Yeah.
So it's like, how well did you guys know each other?
Yeah.
Like, because... And then also...
Especially because it's his nan as well, and he did used to live with his mum and dad before that arose, and then he ended up living with his nan.
Yeah, because his mum died when she was...
3 years ago, wasn't it? Or how...
Isn't it? I think it's when he's like 14, something like that.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have been
5 years, wasn't it?
So he wouldn't have been at primary school.
Yeah.
So...
Oh.
No, but that's what I mean. So he wouldn't have been living with Grace.
No.
So yeah. It's odd.
So
it's
like
odd.
they wouldn't like my friends or like distant friends would probably like recognise my mum, but definitely not my grandma.
Yeah.
If I was living with my mum at the time.
And especially, which is like even weirder when it's like kind of implied that they just went to school together.
Yeah.
And didn't really like oh yeah, I remember you. Like, how you doing? Like, but also there's some weird dialogue in that. Like, why does Yaz assume that Ryan has dumped this in the forest?
Yeah.
Like, just dump this in the woods.
Yeah, she's like, okay, well, can you stop mucking around now or whatever?
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
Right, why is that her first assumption? Second, like, even if he had done this, why would he then call the police on himself?
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
And also, why were the police ignoring it and then was like, oh, you want something to do? Send the person who's on probation or whatever her own.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of like, oh, we can't be asked for this. Like, it's obvious, it's like a prank call or it's like something weird.
Yeah, but
like...
you'd send her in the middle of the forest on an October evening on her own for some like weird alien onion thing.
Well, yeah, but they don't know that, do they? They're like,
no,
some bloke's in a rock.
Yeah,
like,
but you wouldn't send like a female young officer into the woods on her own at night, especially when she's on probation. And may not have had her full training yet, and is definitely still like shadowing and... No?
Are you saying that there's plot holes in this script?
Listen, I don't know how it runs down there.
But yeah, that whole thing's odd.
Yeah. It looks gorgeous, but it's very odd to see.
Yeah. And then the all the stuff on the train.
I like all that. That's all good.
It's good. And then
there's
it
a
kind
really
of falls
weird
off.
bit though of like Grace's dialogue, and I think it was so that we know what she does, because we already know she's kind of like I think at this point she's a nurse, but she says like a really weird thing to the doctor about A&E, and I remember listening to it and was like, that's so bizarre. She was like something like, I think we need to get you checked to A&E or something.
I don't think that's that weird.
A whole alien thing just happened on a train, and the first thing she thinks is, let's get you to A&E.
Yeah, but I think that's, you could say that that's like a character like she's used to looking after people, and like the alien thing's gone, and there's this clearly concussed woman
who just fell through a train.
Yeah, like just spouting like just bollocks.
Yeah.
And she's like, come on, love, I'll go and have a word.
Perform it that way then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Be like, just give a look like, let's get you along.
Yeah.
Oh no, what I will say, because I put the doctor's entrance is great, following through the train, love all that. The Madam bit is nice, and when she responds with, half an hour ago, I was just a white-haired Scotsman, her delivery of that makes me crease every single time.
I hate it.
Oh.
I really don't like that line. It feels really forced to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I really like it. I think it's really funny.
It's like, I don't know, it's like, oh, that's funny, isn't it? No.
Oh, okay.
For me.
I thought it was funny.
No, I really don't like that bit.
Oh.
I tell you what I do like, when the whole, like, we don't get aliens in Sheffield, and she's like, I'm an alien. there's a pause, and then Grace will go in.
I love it.
The comedic
It's
timing
It's so brilliant. That's my next note down. This scene was really nice and real. I love it.
just the beat that he
Why
gives
not?
it.
I'm an alien and I'm here. Grace Wicker. I
Like,
love it.
Perfect, yeah. But so just before we get off the train,
Yeah.
there's the whole thing where Yaz is like, "Oh, I've got to call this in,"
Yeah.
and the doctor's like,
"You've got to go through CCTV and all that."
"Yeah," and the doctor's like, basically like, "Who's gonna believe you?"
Yeah.
Like, what you on about?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I've put a note here. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Yaz should still call this in. There's a dead woman on the train. Even if she didn't, presumably one of the other passengers or train staff would have.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that she can't explain it because there are 5 other witnesses and apparently CCTV to corroborate her story.
And she literally...
And she's like, oh yeah, no, they wouldn't believe me.
And then literally in the warehouse, I think it's just like, oh, if they find out I was there, I'm going to get in so much trouble. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're literally right.
Yeah, probably. Kiss goodbye to that probation, babe. That's... You wanted more to do? Go on, call this in.
Yeah.
What? That's bizarre. Like, especially for a character that's like,
By the
I'm
book.
so by the book.
Yeah,
let's do it.
I'm a police officer.
All it takes is this weird woman in torn up clothing to go, nah.
Who says she's an alien, by the way?
Yeah, and she's like, oh, I do fancy her a bit, mate, but I'm still kind of, these are new feelings, so I'm gonna follow this.
That is not
I don't know. That's odd.
I put there in that note for that reason. I put writing and acting is here, fluctuates.
I've got another note here that's like, it's strange that everyone is suddenly on board to investigate this mystery with this clearly concussed strange woman. Like, because they have no like.
They have no reference to
Yeah,
the doctor
like,
at all.
It's really odd, like, because, and I think I know a few people have said this, but like it seems like such an obvious thing to do that I don't understand why you wouldn't. So you have Ryan find the pod,
Yeah.
and Ryan touches the thing to give them
touches the
permission.
onion.
That gives the Zimshar permission to come and
Yeah.
like hunt.
Yeah. So why would you land it in the middle of a forest with no one around? Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, there's that.
For permission.
There's that. Yeah.
Especially as he's cheating. Like, they could have been like, oh yeah, it will land specifically in this place, whatever, but you'd put it around where people would go, oh my god, what's that? And touch it and just give him multiple permissions.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that. My thing is, why is, like, from a script point of view, why is the target not Ryan?
Yeah.
Why do we not link
I've put that in my notes. Why is it Carl?
Carl?
Why would it not be the person who gave them permission to hunt?
Yeah. And especially because you've got him going down there and finding it.
Yeah. So
But
that's the bait. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, like it gives reason for all of these characters to be invested.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, oh, we'll come investigate this mystery and da da
Yeah.
da. But it gets rid of Carl because
Yeah.
he's an unnecessary character, really.
But I actually like him because he's the one.
Nah. And it gives Grace's sacrifice at the end
Yeah.
more meaning
Yeah, absolutely.
because she's worried about her
Ryan's-
grandson,
Yeah.
and then ends up, like taking the hit herself.
And it would also give Graham the reason to be worried, out of pocket,
Yeah, exactly.
because
That creates-
it gives it a meaning and reason as to why he could be saying these things.
Yeah, there's character stakes
Yeah.
there. And then it also
Yaz is more because it's supposed to be her childhood friend that they barely know, but
exactly.
sure.
But also like with Grace dying as a result of it,
Yeah.
Ryan will have some
Has a
guilt
lot,
and like
yeah.
And then it just streamlines the plot as well.
Yeah.
We don't have to keep cutting to, that's your inciting incident.
Yeah.
Tie it to your characters, especially
Yeah.
because you've got so many,
Yeah.
and 3 of them are related.
Yeah, but Chibnall's not one for like overpopulating his episodes
No,
and putting like way too many characters.
no,
in
he
there.
doesn't have a lot of characters or plot lines
No.
or
Like, he doesn't do much of
ideas
his
that don't
episode,
get
so this
followed
is
up on.
quite out of pocket for like out of what he usually does.
But I've put here, yeah, it just roots everything in
Together,
character,
and it would be like
which is
a
supposedly
grounded
what this
episode. Yeah.
series is going for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's how you introduce all of those characters.
Yeah.
Through, and because at that point the plot doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, the plot is a functional thing
Mm-hmm.
to introduce us to these our four protagonists
Yeah.
for the ship, plus Grace
Yeah.
as like a kind of additional.
Yeah.
So streamline the plot.
Yeah.
Like, focus on these five
No,
characters.
because they needed Carl because he's a crane driver.
I'm sure they could find.
Please hear the sarcasm in my
I
voice.
can. Yeah. That's bizarre to me. I don't
Yeah.
know how that wasn't picked up on from like a
Editing,
script
like script
editor point
editor,
and
yeah.
go, could you not
Do you
just
not
make
think
it right?
this would?
Like that. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. So yeah, we go and investigate. The doctor gets taken back to the house.
I love that regeneration scene.
Regeneration.
You know, where she's laying there and the regeneration energy comes out
Oh.
of her. I love it when I love that scene in Jodie's first episode where she regenerates into David Tennant. No, I love that regeneration energy.
I mean, it's yeah.
And I think no, it looks lovely. And I love the Doctor in 12's ragged costume. I love Grace's. She has 2 pulses. Like, I love all of that. I think it's a really nice little. Do you know what I do love?
What do you love?
And it's before this. I love the nurses group, the bus driver, the police. I like all that little way to find out information. And Graham's, if you want to know anything, ask a bus driver. I love all that. It feels really like End of Time Wilf and his like little bus of friends.
Well, I guess yeah, it's a sort of more domestic.
I like it.
And it's I like when, you know, we're not just going, I'll use the sonic screwdriver. And
Yeah.
just, I found alien
I mean, she
tech
doesn't have
that-
the Sonic at this point.
She doesn't.
Anyway, but yeah, I like it when there's like, well, it goes more into like the mystery side and the having to.
Yeah, it's like
you're
an
going along with
investigation.
the
Yeah.
I like all that. I think that's really nice.
Yeah, it's a nice
and I want to
little
say my
inclusion.
positives for the episode as well as all my negatives.
Well, talking of positives, Zim Shah or Tim Shah.
Tim Shaw.
I hate the Tim Shaw thing.
Yeah, so do I.
Um,
It's so unnecessary.
but I think his, like we were saying earlier, he's not going to set the world on fire as a Doctor Who villain, is he? Like, he's not going to be like, oh my god, he's the best. Like, but
No,
I think
but he
he
did
is
what he
genuinely
needed to
quite
do.
threatening.
Yeah.
I think Samuel Oatley's performance is like pretty cool and like
I
quite
have
cold.
a thing about teeth, so that his design repulses me.
I don't mind the design.
Yeah,
I know people were
in
like,
a
oh,
good way.
it looks goofy
I
because
don't
he's
think.
just got a load of teeth.
No,
I think it would have
no.
been cooler if there were visibly different kinds of teeth.
Absolutely. So you could see all of his different conquests.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh, has everyone got a molar? Like,
Yeah, but it might be that's the Pacific. That's the Pacific. No, that's the.
Ready? Go.
It's because my teeth are too long for my mouth.
You know what you need?
Tim Shaw. Have you ever noticed that? That's why I got like
Your
a horse.
teeth are too long for your mouth.
My teeth are too long, so that's why I slur on my S's. My top teeth, I've got my grandma's teeth. No, not literally. My grandma has really long teeth. I have my grandma's long teeth, but like, because I've got an underbite, everything really, I struggle.
Again, you were saying you had no personal information to share on the pod, and I'm getting your dental records.
I forgot my point.
Your teeth are too big.
I know. My teeth are too Instead of my jaw dropping, it's just my teeth.
My teeth
I'm just
are too
dragging
big.
along.
So the teeth in the
So
face.
I can't remember what I was saying. Specifically something.
It
Oh yeah, maybe he has a specific tooth that he likes to take.
He's got a preference.
Wow. Like, I take the molar from every conquest.
Like, what I mean is, I'm assuming that there are alien races that wouldn't even have molars or remotely human-looking teeth. is my point.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
like,
valid.
If he's just got a little green fang sticking out from somewhere, or like
That will look goofy.
but I think
design it well. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, play with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think generally the design and the him
it's
as a
brilliant.
villain
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
works pretty well. I mean the armor's like quite generic, but
I didn't really pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is like quite ruthless. Like him
Ruthless.
Like when he kills
The warehouse scene is horrific.
Rahul, yeah. And the salad guy.
The salad guy? You
Eat my salad.
Oh yeah. That whole scene. It's not Halloween.
I'm gonna chuck some lettuce at you.
Yeah, I was like, who acts like that?
Yeah, it's not.
That's not a person.
No, that is awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, the like the freeze at the on the that's quite cool.
That's great.
Like it makes him seem like an actual threat.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, why the Doctor then being like Tim Shaw.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're kind of undermining what you've built up here.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a way to do
that.
Yeah, the kind
a bit
of
more
like
clever.
Because I think the whole like where she sort of stood there and kind of
she does some really good
kind
line
of taking
deliveries
the
to him. Yeah.
Yeah, that little sort of confrontation between the two.
Yeah.
She basically says something along the lines of like, "Oh, and we've got your coil. Like you're not getting it." And he like sort of go, and she's like, "Actually, you take it." I don't know. I quite like that delivery. It's sort of it's a little bit flippant. It's played as a joke.
Yeah.
But it doesn't undermine the villain.
Yeah.
And like the threat, which is what you've kind of been doing, and you can still have her be sort of, you know.
Yeah, but we see we see the Doctor scared but assertive in a load of episodes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think you can have the cockiness.
Yeah.
And then to go, oh, yeah, all right, never mind. Like, don't freeze me.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, and then obviously you get the proper confrontation come the end where she does kind of stand her ground a little bit more, and because she's had the time to actually, you know, work on a plan. Yeah, I think Jodie generally, I think I said this in last week's pod about Jodie for me is her strongest scenes as the Doctor are one-on-one confrontations with villains.
Absolutely.
Like Haunting of Villa Diodati, War of the Sontarans.
I really liked her in Nikola Tesla's whatever.
In the Tesla episode. Like having those kind of confrontations, I think I don't know, there's something
like I said, when she's focused and when she's one-on-one with aliens, really, really good.
Yeah, and I don't know why that is. I don't know whether it's just that those scenes maybe have the gravitas that like in the script, and she goes, okay, I'll deliver it with this.
Yeah,
but that's interesting. So yeah, we get to the warehouse. We see that Rahul has been killed.
Yeah.
I tell you what did genuinely make me laugh out loud. The file on the computer titled "If I Die, click here." I absolutely howled at that.
I'd do that.
Just
take that as you will.
But what would it be? What would the file be?
What if I was to be killed?
I don't know. If you had a file saying "If I die, click here," what would the file be? Would it be a video of you being like, "Oh, this is how I died"?
No, genuinely, when I thought I was going to die earlier on this week at my hospital appointment, and I was really thinking and I was really thinking, who would I leave my collection to?
Your Doctor Who collection?
Yeah.
Was that your first thought?
Yeah. Don't laugh at me. I was worried because I would have to split up between you and Sam. But there's like strict rules. So I'd probably leave a video of me saying like, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you. You're not allowed to sell them because I want them to remain in safe hands. Like, I think you'd get the most out of this, you'd get the most out of this. Make sure that you dust these eagle moss. This is the specific formula that I use. Like, make sure that this is out of sunlight because I don't want sun damage to it.
I love that this is your, like, priority.
I was really worried about it.
So basically, what you're saying is you would do a video version of a will
Yeah, explaining how.
and title it "If I Die, Click Here."
That's the only thing I could think.
In order to explain between me and your boyfriend who gets your Doctor Who figures.
Not just figures, my collection.
Sorry. I didn't mean to minimise your collection there.
Don't, because I don't let people touch it.
I've just lost 10%.
No, this is serious.
Bless you.
Okay, all right. What would yours be then? If I died, click here. What would it be?
If I had a thing that said "If I die, click here."
Yeah.
It'd be a funny. It'd be one last joke.
Oh, you're so annoying.
That's what it'd be for me.
And that would really piss me off.
It'd be like
that would be so annoying to me.
I'd maybe like reenact some
sort of Shakespeare.
No, the bit that in the IT crowd where the video of Renham at the funeral, where he's like, obviously I'd planned to take my life. Oh no, that's in the letter, isn't it? Where he's like, I planned, if I ever needed to take my life, I planned to do it with this gun. But as you know, I walked out of a window. But no, in the video where he's like thank you for coming to the funeral and whatever,
and he's like, right.
And then he's just eating the apple.
The apple, yeah.
Just it'd be something like that for me.
That would be so annoying. I'm like, can you not be serious for once?
No.
Would you leave me your collection?
Yeah.
Oh my god. When I tell you guys his Black what is it? Black Archive? What is it?
My Black Archive.
What is
Excuse me?
What's it called?
What are you on about?
What is it? Your books?
Oh, the Black Archive books.
Yeah, your Black Archive
yeah,
books.
Yeah.
Because I've got my eyes on those.
Have you? Have you indeed? I've got my eyes on those.
I want those.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you. Well, guys, if I die, like in the next...
and your collection box sets,
like,
can I have those?
Unexplained, yeah, sure.
Thanks.
If it's unexplained.
Yeah, well, you get like a
how
lot
I
of
died.
that.
Cat has murdered me in order to get.
But at least you know that you're getting some of my collection.
Yeah, that's nice. Are you planning to die anytime soon?
I mean, I prefer not to.
No.
However, things happen.
I kind of hope that I start glowing orange and turn into Billy Piper.
Oh, what did I say? Oh yeah, I was speaking to Harbo, and I was like, what would you do if when we first met, like at a con or whatever, I just regenerated in front of you? What would you do?
What this is like a Doctor Who flavoured, like, what would you do if I were a worm? Would you still love me?
I said that to Sam. I was like, would you still keep me if I was a Cyberman?
Yeah. One time, we're not going to get into this.
Oh, and you know what?
We're not going to get into this, but one time...
It really annoyed... Okay, guys, here's a genuine question. If I was a bat, would you keep me?
Send us your answers on a postcard. We'll address
Email us.
Yeah. Drop us an email at thesayswhopod@gmail.com. If Cat were turned into a bat...
It's still me and my personality. I'm just a bat.
Yeah. Would you keep her? Let us know. I can't wait for that segment next week. We've gone on such a tangent. Right.
Sorry. Back to
it. The sonic screwdriver.
Love that. And this is one of my other negative points that I've always been vocal about. I really like the kind of quirky engineering.
The sort of like tinkerer.
Yeah. Tinkering about making her Sonic. Love the design of the Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Love seeing her in her little steampunk glasses and her apron.
The little goggles.
I love all of that. That would have been such an interesting character for her as well.
Yeah, I can completely see that.
So could I.
And then it never happens again. I've got the same note.
Yeah.
It could have even been like a nice connection between her and Ryan and his mechanics stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a little glimpse and then it's like, that's not relevant.
Yeah. And I was
it's just a thing that she did that one time.
It makes me so sad. Because I would have loved to have seen that side of her Doctor way more.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the actual design of the Sonic?
One of my favourite Sonic designs.
Really? Interesting.
It goes, this will probably make a lot of people cry.
Mhm.
Rivers Sonic,
Okay, yeah.
9/10 Sonic,
Yeah.
13th Doctor Sonic,
Interesting.
12th Doctor Sonic. I know we're going on 4. 12th Doctor Sonic, but only when it's made out of like metal and it's not plastic.
Rather than the...
And
yeah,
it's like polished chrome, like detailing and stuff.
Yeah.
And not like a satin.
Interesting.
My very specific.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I don't love it.
What do you love?
Very good question. I'm still working that out with my therapist. No, I think it's that I don't like the little sort of curve, like the handle bit. That feels a little bit odd.
But how she holds her Sonic, it fits right with how she does.
Yeah, but then you've got the classic that she does the weird like she does like a 360 like over the head movement to
as
it's
if
like,
she's about to bowl.
Yeah, like babe, just
pull out your pocket.
It's fine.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it being made out of Sheffield steel?
Is that significant?
Well, that's kind of the point, isn't it? It's like that we're like Sheffield's known for like steelworks.
Is it?
Yes.
Interesting. Then cool.
But I think they make. How do you feel about the fact that she can make a sonic screwdriver from just bits that are lying about a warehouse?
Love it.
Okay.
I love it. I love that kind of thing. I loved it in... What episode was it when a Dalek made itself out of scrap?
Resolution.
I love that. The design was nearly there, like 90% there. I'd have done some tinkering. But oh my god, I love stuff like that. I love just finding bits of scrap and just trying to make something out of...
Yeah, I think I like it.
I really like it.
I like it more for the Sonic. I think that makes a bit more sense. The idea of a Dalek... Like, I really like the concept of a Dalek sort of putting itself together from scrap.
Yeah, I love that.
But a part of me is like, well, it wouldn't include the bumps. Like, it wouldn't...
You don't know what the bumps mean. You go away from the bumps.
Yeah, I guess.
No, you go away. I'm not going to have this talk with you because it will take over the pod because I'm very passionate about that.
Yeah, we're... Well, to be fair, we're doing Resolution at the end of the year.
I have so much to say about that episode.
You've literally just been bigging it up.
Oh, yeah.
And you've gone, oh, wait.
Yeah, because there are specific things that I like about it.
Anyway, the Sonic, yeah, it's all right. I like the montage, though. I like, as you were saying, like the little engineer, sort of tinkerer, doctor. I like that kind of archetype. It's a shame it doesn't come back.
Ever.
I've got here, what's the point of introducing the whole two species at war idea, only to show that that's not the case a few scenes later?
It's just to show that she wasn't right. And it was just like an investigative mystery thing where you go down the wrong lane, you think it's one thing, but actually it's another.
Yeah.
That it was just like a little mystery trope. That's all that was.
Yeah. I don't like it.
It didn't bother me.
It just feels like an additional
thing that we didn't need.
Yeah. And it's not to say that like everything should be streamlined, but I just think when there's so much going on. I wasn't
angry
it's not much
at
of a
it,
twist.
But...
Do you know what I mean? It's not like we thought it was this, but actually it's this. It's like it's kind of just a throwaway line, like, oh, that wasn't the case.
No, because it's kind of interesting. Because when you think about it from like the Tim Shaw's like practical motives and like how they think it's two alien species about to start war against each other on Earth as a battleground, but actually he's just using the gathering coils to gather data to cheat his way to the top, essentially. Like, it is.
But then it's also interesting that she then later speaks as if she recognises the gathering coil, whereas like she's seen it before.
Yeah.
On the train.
Yeah.
And goes, oh, it's a species that are at war.
Yeah.
And then sees it and goes, oh no, this is basically like just a gadget, like a living gadget. So it's like,
yeah, but she was concussed. She did just fall through a train.
Oh, yeah, but that's such a like we could apply that to anything.
No, I know. All right.
I've just got a note here that says "eat my salad." The next, obviously we get into the third act, and we're on the crane.
I like all the crane stuff.
I like I quite like it like in concept as like a set piece, as like it's like a big.
Yeah, but they choreograph around it really well.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Apart from that one bit where the Doctor's like lifting themselves up onto the thing, and it's very clearly
not her.
No, it's in close up.
Oh.
But she's very clearly not lifting herself, and it's just somebody that's above like lifted her,
or
really?
Like
she's on like a platform or something.
I didn't notice that. I thought you were about to say it's very clearly a man in a wig, just like Sea Devil.
No, but yeah, I like all of that stuff, and I like the whole. I do quite like the whole thing of her just being where she's like, "Oh, if you want something doing," and then like does a literal leap of faith, and it's like, yeah, that is a Doctor sort of move.
Yeah,
to just be like,
and I do like the throwaway line of, "Oh, it's where my legs used to be longer."
Yeah,
I really like that.
But yeah, the whole I don't really buy her whole like, "I'm the Doctor" speech.
It was nearly there.
Yeah.
That was definitely her "I am the Doctor" speech that all doctors get in this modern era.
Yeah.
It nearly landed. It was ever so there. I don't know if it was script. I don't know if it was direction. I don't know if it was performance. I'm not quite sure what was wrong, but it just didn't. It didn't quite hit the sweet spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it.
No.
But it just, yeah.
It was nearly there.
Quite by it, but it's like, yeah, there's some good in there. I think it's interesting. So when she's. When what's his name, Carl, kicks Zimshar off the crane.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You had no right to do that." And
he kind of did.
But also, you've just planted a load of bombs back in him, and he was like, vomiting up like black bile, and like, and you're like, "Oh, you had no right to kick him." Like,
is that could be interesting if it was. It's not, but if it was like, you don't get to decide what his fate is. I can because I've got the ticket kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you can't. It wasn't that, but it would have been all right if it was.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with things like this. When the Doctor acts out of character or contradicts themselves, that's not inherently a bad thing.
No, absolutely not.
As long as it's addressed within the script.
Episode, yeah.
And you have it's drawn attention to.
Yeah, because even he could have been like, "What, and you could," or "What, and you."
Yeah.
And have that kind of thing, or even him just being like, "He's hunting me." Like just anything to be like, well, I feel justified in what I did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's interesting, but yeah, then we get Grace's death.
I cry. I do. I cried when it first happened, and I got emotional. And then the funeral scene at the end as well. Well, it gets me. Bradley Walsh, man.
I've got my note here is I've got two notes regarding Grace's death scene. The first is I feel like it was so easily avoidable, and like it's kind of tacked on from like I can see it being written in as like, oh, this would be a tragic ending, wouldn't it? Like, it doesn't feel organic, really. I believe that character would go off, and she's and the whole thing where she's like, "Oh, I'm kind of enjoying it," and the adrenaline and stuff.
That's what's like. It does.
Yeah,
there's consequence to it.
And I think, I can see her going to do it, but like, I don't know. It feels, it doesn't feel quite work for me.
Yeah.
However, the ramifications of it.
Yeah.
I've put the best bit of acting in this whole episode is Bradley Walsh. His reaction to her when she's fallen.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Don't be cross," and he's like, "I'm not cross, baby."
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
There's something so like raw.
Yeah.
About that. Yeah, and then his eulogy is really, really, really touching.
I put it's both sad because of the acting between Grace and Graham, but also because she's the strongest actor out of them all.
Yeah. She kind of is.
She is.
Like I love Bradley Walsh.
Oh no,
and
I think he's bloody up there.
He's great, but he's also not. Well, maybe that's not fair. I was going to say he's an actor, but like he's not like.
What kind of like dramatic roles have we seen him in the last?
Yeah, like I know he's like I think he was on Corrie for a bit.
Yeah, I think more of a presenter. I know him more as a presenter.
Exactly. Yeah. That's like his main gig. I feel now. But I think, and that's not to say, oh, Bradley Walsh is really good considering he's not.
No,
it's not. He's genuinely just really good. Yeah. And I think
he is.
I think a lot of people give him credit in this series because he's the most fun presence. He's the most
charismatic.
But also his dramatic acting chops
are really good.
Yeah, like he really sells it. And I think almost because he is a bit more of a comic relief character.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing for me when The Fires of Pompeii rolls round and you get Catherine Tate absolutely
smashing it,
just knocking it out of the park. And I think because people were expecting like
Catherine Tate
it's Catherine Tate and it's all going to be like gobby and then she absolutely breaks your heart and then again in Planet of the Ood. But I think Bradley Walsh is brilliant in that. And I put also I think Tosin Cole's pretty good in his.
Well, I then go down to put Ryan's YouTube video is so lovely. It's touching. Ryan has growth over the episode. Just all of his moments were really nice and really touching. And it is the moment where after all of the kind of chaos and conflict, it comes back to a more quieter moment and settles a bit, and it pulls at your heartstrings a little bit. Yeah. And then when he goes back out to ride his bike for his nan, it's that gets me as well. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, that's really lovely. I think
just lovely.
The reason a lot of the time I struggle to connect a little bit with Tosin Cole's performance is because he's trying to act through that accent, which isn't his own.
It isn't, no.
And he's
from London, isn't he? He's got a London
accent. He's definitely a southerner.
Yeah.
But it must be, I imagine it's quite difficult to be, obviously acting in an accent that's not your own is difficult to start with.
Yeah.
And then I imagine sort of you've got two northerners in Jodie and Mandit.
Yeah.
And then Sharon D. Clarke for this episode and a couple of others that you're sort of having to try and talk like and kind of emulate. But then you've got
Graham, who can just
Bradley Walsh, who is Cockney.
Yeah, and he just is able to speak how he wants.
Yeah. So I do kind of feel for him, and I feel like maybe he just didn't get enough time to
work on it. Maybe.
Yeah, and maybe enough sort of prep for it.
I always feel like I can't talk on stuff like that. I know, like, I have my acting boots, but I can't do accents for anything. And if you ask me to do that, you know how much I have to work on just my stupid Yaz voice when we do stupid things. I couldn't even begin to seriously act with an accent like that.
Yeah, but I can, I get it because it's really difficult.
Yeah.
Like,
so I take my hat off to him, yeah.
I'm all right at accents, but as soon as I've got to do it for like a role or I've really got to sort of sell it, do you know what I mean? Like, it's quite easy for me to just sort of talk like this and da-da-da. But I think as soon as I've got...
You have to put emotional weight behind things.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. I think he's almost concentrating more on
his accent.
Trying to get the accent right. So a lot of the...
emotions.
The actual, like,
to be fair, if I'm watching it, I could read it as he's really concentrating rather than acting.
Yeah.
Making up excuses.
Yeah. But I think he thrives in those more intimate sort of like character drama scenes. Like the ending of this with the, his little sort of tribute to Grace. There's some real nice sort of nuance and like, there's like a believability to his performance, I think, there.
I love it. I think it's really touching. That's one moment that I really, really, really like.
Yeah, and I also quite like the scene outside. When they're talking about the Doctor's family.
I put the ending scene about the family and losing the Time Lords is a really nice scene.
Yeah.
when they're discussing it.
I have got a note here though that says, how long has the Doctor just been hanging around? Because it must have been like at least a week before they can get a funeral together.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Realistically,
Yeah.
2, maybe 3. How long has she just been knocking about, like, in
Well,
the same clothes?
Oh yeah.
Whilst
'Cause she
Ryan
doesn't
and
get
Graham
changed
grieve.
until- yeah.
Like, is she just like, where's she sleeping?
Been? What, in the TARDIS, I presume? Oh!
There's no
There's
TARDIS.
no TARDIS! I was just about to say, well, clearly she's been off on doing an No. Because
She's
there's
not.
that. I really like all the ending when she's trying to find her TARDIS as well. I think that's
She's not
really
staying
fun.
at Yaz's because
No.
she's not met the family.
No.
Is she just like staying in
The
like
warehouse.
Ryan?
Oh,
Like Ryan,
with Ryan and
Ryan
Graham.
Grace's back room. Like
Probably.
that's another thing I've just thought about.
Go on.
So
Because she doesn't.
does Ryan live with?
With Nan.
Yeah.
With Grace and Graham, yeah. They do say that.
But then they
'Cause
say
his dad
about that
left.
she's getting the train back. Oh, if they got the train so you can go on the hill.
You can go on the hill, yeah.
Right. Okay. I always, for some reason, I always imagined it as that they didn't live
No, because he
there.
goes.
But yeah,
Because
that
that's
makes
why
sense.
they talk about going on the train. They're like, well, you better get your bike. Because
But
he
that-
makes that really weird comment, doesn't he?
No, but then isn't there a line about like, oh, our last train's in so and so they're just leaving it there.
Well, I think that's why he's like, so you better go get your bike because the last train's in a bit.
Oh,
and
so
then
you're gonna have to cycle
So,
it
yeah.
back, even though you can't cycle.
Yeah. So he's like, hurry up and go get your bike. This is what you get from shoving it in a tree. You better not miss the last train back. And then he gets
Right.
and then he gets distracted by the onion and ends up being there anyway. With Yaz.
Yeah, that's kind of messy when you think about it, because they're not concerned that he's not on the train,
No.
and she calls him to be. Okay, yeah.
But thinking about it, if the Doctor is stopping with Ryan and Graham, it would explain like her approach to when Ryan's talking about his dad and the things that she says to his dad in some episodes, because she does get personal with him. What episode is it when his dad comes through the door? Resolution. Like she speaks as if she knows like fully what's going on. So I'm sure her and Graham would sit up and have a cuppa and talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems bizarre that like this man has lost his wife,
And now the
this
Doctor's
kid's
in
lost
his
his nan,
Yeah.
and she's like, I'm sort of homeless at the minute.
Yeah. Can I?
Whilst she's grieving, have you got a room you're not using?
Yeah.
I'll just be in back. Don't worry.
I don't think it was probably thought about.
I think you could be right. But yeah, well, talking of the tatty clothes,
I love them. I love her in that.
yeah, what do you think about the proper costume?
What do you think about the proper costume?
I actually don't mind it.
Okay, do you want to know what I think?
Okay. Go on.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, I quite like the coat. I think the coat looks really nice. I think it suits Jodie. The rainbow top.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I'm not 100% on, but go on.
The groundwork and silhouette is great.
Mm-hmm.
I love the coat. Coat is
Mhm.
fine. I like the kind of 3/4 length trousers
Like the
with the
culottes,
boot
yeah.
combo.
Because have you seen the reference image that
No.
she I'll see if I can find it. So she went in with the costume designer.
Mm.
I think it's Ray Holman that works on this one,
Yeah,
who also did Matt's costume.
right.
And took this reference image that she'd found in like an old magazine.
Yeah.
I think it's a woman in Paris, in the culottes and the braces, and
Okay.
it's got like a kind of slight sort of androgyny to it.
See,
There you go. Hold on.
let me see. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so that I like.
and like that paired with like
I like
the
that
culottes,
with
the boots,
the culottes, the boots, the braces.
the shorter hair, and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short hair's fine. I wish they would let her go shorter like she wanted to.
how short does she want it?
Have you seen her in that prison program where she's got like the short hair?
Oh, really?
That's what she wanted, and they said no.
I don't think that short.
I wouldn't. I love that.
I like in this series it like kind of like curls like round under her chin, like.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think
like her flux. You know, when in War of Sontarans, when it's
I was going to say the sort of
humid, the curls and stuff. I like that. But that reference picture, really nice. Love the trousers with the braces and the boots, the androgynous feel, the long coat. Love all that. It's the colour palette. I don't like the colour palette.
Okay.
If she had more neutral tones, that would have been fine. If she went for like browns and creams, had a bit more plainer, maybe not like necessarily a t-shirt, but like a shirt, like a button down, have some pattern on that, have that be the statement with the more neutral braces, that kind of thing. I'd have really liked that. I don't like the colour palette. I don't like the rainbow. I don't like mixing the yellow with the blue, with the green, with the grey, and then a reversible coat, so sometimes it's navy, and then having the blue braces sometimes. I don't mind the burgundy, and then the white top, and it's a bit too much.
See, I quite like. I do like the grey coat and the blue trousers.
Right.
I like the grey and the blue.
Yeah.
The yellow, obviously the yellow's there to contrast the blue a little bit. But yeah, I can. We'll do an episode on Doctor Costumes because I know that you're.
I could literally pull up 1,000 of what kind of like colour palette and like things that I would have put her in if she gave me that reference picture.
Interesting. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could look at. Yeah.
How would
maybe that's a video or something.
Yeah. Because I've got some that I'd. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, she's not finding any of that in a charity shop.
Absolutely not.
I really like the idea of it.
Yeah, so do I.
But babe, you don't find that. You might like an
it's
odd
really
shoe,
sad.
like a jacket that smells of piss, like.
I don't know. I was a bit like and ahhing about it because in a charity shop, that was my first thought. Mate, if I had a charity shop like that where I could put a pretty cool outfit together, I'd bloody love that. But I don't think anything will ever top my 10th Doctor Christmas Invasion.
Oh, him like going through the wardrobe
in the TARDIS.
and having his
I know
little...
that she doesn't have the TARDIS, and you can't have another episode with her in 12s, and it's a thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not 100% on her cosplaying. I have it in my wardrobe.
Her cosplay.
It's because I got it in my wardrobe. Her costume, like I cosplay it, but like. It doesn't quite do it for me. If it was like more neutral tones, I think I'd like it a lot more. But I'm also not a cool person. Facts.
Yep.
But I mean, I like warm tones more than like cool tones.
I see.
So like the cool tone grey with the blue is just not my thing anyway.
I'd be interested to see what. Yeah, because obviously, like, I don't really have a lot of knowledge in that kind of element of design, so like it's sort of a little bit out of my wheelhouse. Bit outside of my wheelhouse. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what
my degree.
Yeah.
I can use my degree.
Maybe we'll do that. Like when you got a bit of time, and we'll maybe a pod, maybe a video.
Yeah.
Or like if you were to like redesign.
Yeah.
Some Doctor's costumes, like.
I know who I'd do, and I know what I'd do as well.
Interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess to the final thing
is the ending.
I
like that. I like that.
That cliffhanger was great.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, there's one thing. It's just them floating in space. I'm like, but you're dead now.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Where I'm just like, okay, you've just been transported into space. There's no TARDIS, like, force field being able to... So that you've got, like, air. You have no helmets. You have no protection. Are you not just frozen and dead now?
But do they explain that in...
I can't remember because
episode?
I don't ever want to watch that episode ever again.
That's another one on the schedule. Yeah, I don't know. I can deal with that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. That was a nitpick. I
Yeah.
really like the ending. I like that it wasn't their choice. I like that it's like dodgy coordinates because she's just trying to using this alien tech just to try to find her TARDIS.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the plan for them to go on an adventure with her. And I like that that's displayed throughout the Ghost Monument as well. Like, I like all of that.
That's my issue with the Ghost Monument, that like they've not signed up for any of this, and
Yeah.
they're quite like blasé about like, oh, we're on an alien planet. We'll dive into
I
that.
thought it was carried on throughout from like the scenes that I remember.
But yeah, that as a cliffhanger,
Yeah,
I think it
really good. It's
really
really good.
works.
It's like a little kind of like classic cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's like what
and
they
I
do
like
in the
it.
'60s, where each
Yeah.
one would kind of lead into the next.
Don't even get me started on Classic Who.
But yeah, like as an ending, it
works.
it ends on a high. Yeah,
And yeah, I'm
I think
interested. I want to watch the next episode.
yeah, I genuinely think that's one of the best cliffhangers in the new series.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Okay, I thought you were
Yeah.
going to argue with me there.
No,
You said yeah, but your tone said no.
It's because I thought you were going to say out of the whole classic era, and I just had the visual of Sylvester McCoy dangling.
I have the vision of that bit in Death to the Daleks with the tiled floor, where he's like, "Stop!" It's just a tiled floor, like, oh my god. Well, I guess we'll kind of sort of come to a close there then.
Well, I asked Twitter what they thought of the episode.
And that's what I mean. Like, what are
sorry.
your thoughts? Like, general, like.
Because a lot of them were positive. When I was reading through them, like, I don't really think there was any negative one. Like, there was a couple, but...
Okay, let's have a look. What are the people on Twitter saying?
So, I got 20 comments. So...
Alright, flex.
No, it's not. We had Rory who said, remember the first time I watched it and I was so hyped. Still get so hyped watching it, especially the crane jump scene. So many good Doctor moments and I just love it really.
Okay. Jamie says, I really like it. It has an atmosphere and a feel that no other episode matches.
Which I agree.
To be fair,
like I said.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely comes in and goes, we're doing something new.
Yeah.
It feels...
fresh.
Again, I know this is a bit of an overused comparison, but it feels like an ITV drama.
Yeah.
Just in the way it's shot, some of how it's written, it feels...
Yeah.
He says, I love the way it looks, and while the villain isn't the strongest, the core cast are great together. Okay.
I'd switch them and say the core villain is the strongest and the core cast.
The villain are great together, and the core cast isn't the strongest.
Ben says it feels like the pilot or jumping on point to a completely different, stronger series / vision, which we never actually seen, unfortunately, in the end product. Which, I do agree with that. I do.
Nick says, the best series opener since the 11th hour. Wow.
No. Sorry,
Sorry, was that out loud? And probably the best jumping on point since then too.
Yeah,
that I will agree
with.
That,
Yeah.
I know people talk about the pilot being
I
a
don't
good
like the
jumping on
pilot,
point.
so
I really like the pilot, but
I don't know.
I think
one
Series 10
specific
is
scene that I like, and then that's it.
I think Series 10's like a decent jumping on point, but it's not like it's not a fresh start, is it? You know.
No.
So yeah, this is the first big shake-up since 2010.
Yeah,
really.
100%.
Whether Series 11 succeeded or not, the show returns with a new mission statement and feels fresh and exciting, and Jodie Whittaker is a complete joy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ali said it teased this weird and fairly unique energy for the show moving forward, that would get an era of a sparky inventor Doctor with with campy villain designs against the backdrop of and companions from a grounded police drama. We didn't get that at all from the later eps, and I wish we did, and that's exactly what I wanted. That's what I really hoped for from this episode, and that's why I think it got so disappointing.
Who have we got? Fraser says, I loved it. Perfect intro to Jodie's Doctor. Full of energy and suspense. My only criticism is that it should have been Ryan that Tim Shaw was
There we
chasing.
go, yeah.
Would have made more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely agree. So the unknown entity says one of the stronger Whittaker episodes, but I think it suffered with trying to introduce too many characters at once at the expense of the actual story of the episode. It also didn't feature the title sequence, which I think was obscene. It doesn't, does it?
No, yeah, doesn't pop up at all.
No.
But yeah, and you just get a little snippet of the theme
Oh yeah,
tune
when she's I'm the Doctor.
with the standing up in the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think it's interesting that people have there's a lot of positives there.
Yeah.
Which fair enough. I don't love it.
No.
But I do think it's one of the stronger
Strongest.
outings for
Chibnall.
Chibnall
Era,
and 13 and that era.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what it's time for now.
What is it time for now?
It's time for our classic segment,
Yeah.
Triv Shaw, the trivia segment
Oh my god.
of the... Buckle in, because they're only going to get worse. That is genuinely the most fun I have whilst writing notes for any of these.
I don't doubt that.
Trying to find a
I remember when
pun.
we discussed it beforehand
Yeah,
when we were
yeah,
going
yeah.
into it.
Yeah. I still think Trivney and Susanna is the top spot so far, but
Right, okay.
we'll see what comes along. So the episode's title is a reference to the 1976 David Bowie film The Man Who Fell to Earth. Bowie was a major inspiration for the 12th Doctor. And this is the first of several Chibnall era story titles that are plays on other famous titles or phrases. So you've got Arachnids in the UK, which is a reference to a very poor reference to Anarchy in the UK, which was an album by the Sex Pistols.
All I can say is big spiders.
Big Spidgers. Spyfall, Skyfall,
Yeah.
which I think also doesn't work because it's not really a pun, because Skyfall is about spies, because it's a James Bond film. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And Once Upon Time with Once Upon a Time. This is the only the third time in the modern series that the TARDIS does not appear at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, if you include the opening title sequences, it's the first. The other two are Midnight and The Lie of the Land.
Interesting.
But if you include the title sequences, obviously the Tennant and Capaldi
have the
titles
TARDIS,
have the
yeah.
TARDIS. Nothing in this.
Oh my
Even
God.
if we did have the Whittaker title sequence, there's no TARDIS.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, no
There's
TARDIS
not.
in it. Despite
yeah.
playing his grandmother, Sharon D. Clark is actually only 26 years older than Tosin Cole. Admittedly, Ryan is meant to be 19 in this episode. Are you ready for some attempt at maths here from me?
Oh god.
Ryan is meant to be 19 in this episode, 10 years younger than Cole in real life. So if Grace is meant to be the same age as Clark, that would still mean that both Grace and Ryan's mum became mothers at the age of around 18 or 19 at the oldest. In the Saranga conundrum, Ryan says his mum died of a heart attack when he was 13, meaning the oldest she could have been when she died is 31.
That's really sad.
That's really sad.
Thanks for that bit of math.
You're welcome. The Doctor makes a comment that her legs
This
used
is
to be
really
longer.
fun trivia.
This one is. The Doctor makes a comment that her legs used to be longer. Peter Capaldi was 6 foot, whereas Jodie Whittaker is just under 5'4", making her the shortest actor to play the Doctor.
Nice.
There's hope for you yet. This is the first story since The Faceless Ones that the Doctor has had 2 male companions travelling with them on a regular basis.
Nice.
So, which is like 1967. Which,
That's a very long time, yeah.
The BBC America broadcast of this episode was advertised as a global simulcast, airing at 1:45 Eastern Time to coincide with the UK transmission at 6:45.
Right.
Despite this, it was aired with commercial breaks, meaning the 64-minute episode actually ended up being stretched over 2 hours in the States.
Oh my god.
So obviously fell out of sync with the UK broadcast.
Yeah.
Then the closing credits were either omitted or aired with a promo over the top, meaning US fans didn't get to hear Sega Nakanola's new rendition of the show's theme until the following episode.
No! The next week.
Just to add insult to injury, yeah.
That's mental.
According to Stephen Moffat, Chris Chibnall tried to persuade Peter Capaldi to stay on in the role for this at least this series.
Oh my god.
Can't imagine how that would have gone.
That's insane.
Bradley Walsh only found out about the casting of Jodie Whittaker along with everyone else in the world through that Wimbledon reveal trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
What, the Forest one?
Yeah. So he was cast.
Yeah.
Well, so Chibnall approached him and said, "Would you like to be in Doctor Who?"
Yeah.
And apparently sold it to him on something like he was. Bradley Walsh was saying like, he knows I'm a big Star Trek fan,
Right.
and he was like, "It's that in Sheffield, with it like with that kind of vibe."
Not really. But...
Bradders was like,
Sure.
"Yeah, go on then." So he was essentially cast before
The Doctor. Incredible.
and he was going, "So who's playing the Doctor?" And he was like, "Oh well, I can't tell you." So he found out
At the same time.
at the same time. So a real YouTube channel was created for Ryan with the videos shown in the episode uploaded to it. Although somewhat humorously, these have the dramatic cut to black still in place, and at one point the aspect ratio changes to that of the episode with the BBC logo still clearly visible. So Ryan's got a brand deal with the BBC for his
Nice.
Bradley Walsh wore a wig for all of his time on the series to make him look older.
Yeah.
He was unable to dye his hair because of his TV presenting commitments.
You can tell because at the top of his head you get the squeaky, I like to call it the squeaky clean look where they've...
without
with
the follicles.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
Because you can see it, because Billie Piper's still got red hair when she shot her regen CGI stuff. So you can tell she's in a wig because of that placement of where the wig is. And she has the squeaky clean forehead.
My wig dar is not great.
I love spotting
You've
for
got
wigs.
you've
I've got
got
a really good wig dar. Yeah.
Did you know that Matt Smith wore a wig?
Did you know that in his regeneration that Karen Gillan
This episode has the highest overnight viewing figures since the time of the Doctor, with 8.2 million tuning in for the UK broadcast, which was over 40% of the audience share at the time.
Yeah.
And the highest ever total viewing figures for a series opener on 10.96 million.
Jeez.
Which...
We're not turning into a viewing figures podcast or channel because I'd shoot myself.
Oh yeah, I don't care about the ratings. But like as a milestone
really
for the show, yeah.
But
I think that encapsulates like how much like kind of hype there was for it. Like
considering the marketing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the marketing for Series 11 was necessarily that bad.
I can't remember.
It's the other series that were...
Oh, was it? That was like really hush-hush.
Yeah, because the Series 11 one, you got all the promo trailers and you got the glass ceiling one and...
Pass.
Like, it's a very subtle reference, Kat, because you see Jodie Whittaker, right? And she points her sonic screwdriver to the roof, and then a load of glass comes breaking down.
Right.
Like, because she's broken the glass ceiling.
Right.
Like because she's the first female Doctor. It's like a metaphor. It's really subtle. It's really clever.
I see.
And she goes, "Oops." And then Glorious by Macklemore plays. That's weird. Anyway.
Fun trivia.
Yeah, there you go. So that was... thank you for joining me for Triv Shaw.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week with, obviously, Triv Shaw, the segment.
Yeah.
Because we do that every week. That's what it's called every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to take us home on the outro?
I hope you enjoyed. These don't get better with time. Thank you for listening to us ramble on. I hope you take us out.
Okay. I was interested to see how long it'd take you before you're like, no.
I don't do this.
Thank you very much for joining us and tuning in. Listen to us ramble on. We will be back next week.
Yes.
I can exclusively reveal,
Ooh.
looking at, drumroll please. I love making you do a drumroll because it's always so shit.
I can't. It's the teeth. It's the teeth. I can't. Hold on. Wait. Because
this is great radio.
Because my tongue hits my big teeth. I can't like.
We're doing Mark of the Rani. We're going to review Mark of the Rani.
Yeah.
Because I don't know
He's
if you're
forcing
aware.
me to.
I don't know if you're aware, but she came back recently.
Did she?
Yeah. Yeah, but we're doing Mark of the Rani.
Yeah.
So tune in next week for that.
Yeah.
A lot of fun trivia for that one.
Oh, God.
So
I
like,
actually have some trivia too.
oh, okay.
One.
Wow. That could be your cat's hot facts.
I did have a hot fact for this one.
Yeah, you did. Your teeth are big.
My teeth are too long.
So, thank you very much for tuning in. Join us next week for a little bit of Rani shenanigans. But in the meantime,
Yes.
where can they find you, Kat?
Wow, they can find me on Twitter and Instagram at simplykatie_XO. Where can they
Nice.
find you?
Oh, thank you very much for asking. They can find me also on the Twitter at Sudden Biscuit and on YouTube on the Sudden Biscuit YouTube channel, which you may very well be listening to this here podcast on right now.
All right, Seventh Doctor.
Ace! Oh, God.
I want my Chinese. Come on.
Yeah, come on, we're going to eat Chinese now.
We can have Chinese now. Bye.
Bye.